I never knew what love was until I held you. I never knew the right words until I found you.
You say hi to people? Alright, well, it is now Tuesday at noon, and I don't think I've talked to you guys yet. So welcome to the video. I hope this video is finding you guys happy and healthy. This morning I walked Yuma. I just got done with my workout. I had coffee today, and I always put my dairy-free half and half into my coffee, as you guys know. So that's all I've had today. I wasn't hungry this morning. I ate dinner pretty late last night. It was a really big meal, so wasn't hungry this morning. I'm a big advocate of listening to your body and your hunger cues. I'm getting hungry now. It is 12:30. I thought that this video I would show you guys everything that I'm eating to help boost my fertility, because IVF is literally in a week and a half. The injections are starting in a week and a half, but I'm already preparing my body in terms of like the birth control pill schedule for IVF. So I'll be going over all of that at the end of the video and updating you guys on what's going on with IVF. What? You wanna say hi again? Here. He's so big, you guys. You were 16 weeks, almost 17 weeks. So we weighed him this morning because the vet freaking didn't weigh him last week when he got his last set of shots. And I was so disappointed because I was like, I'm sure he's at least 30 pounds. So Josh got on the scale with him this morning, and he certainly does weigh 30 pounds. I think he's about 31 or 32 pounds. Oh, big boy. This is Yuma, for those of you who are brand new to my channel. And also, if you're brand new to my videos, welcome. I upload 1 or 2 videos a week all about living healthy. This guy's in them now. He's my crazy Vishla, who I need to walk 3 times a day at least. So we did a walk this morning. Now we gotta do another walk, and I think Josh is gonna come with us. And then later on, hopefully we'll take him to the field and run him. Because if I don't get his energy out, he's crazy. I don't think I've showed you guys my gallon jug here yet. I showed it on Instagram. So if you are not following on Instagram, you totally should. I love this gallon jug. I have not been able to drink a gallon of water a day. I just fail every time. But with this, it's super cool because it has like different marks of like where you should be. And then it has measurements here too. So I really think that's cool. I'm super behind. I'm only on the 9 a.m. mark. So I'm gonna chug this, and I'm gonna meet you back here for lunch. So I've been doing this for like 2 weeks now, and man, I've noticed a big difference in I'm less puffy and I'm less bloated at the end of the day. So I'm really liking my gallon of water a day, and I'll put the Amazon link down below. He's ready. All right, let's go. So I wanted blueberries, but I'm all out of frozen blueberries. And ideally I want fresh blueberries, but we're out of blueberry season. So frozen cherries is my second go-to. And I just topped some hemp seeds on there because really high in omega-3s, and some cashew butter. And I've really been loving, where to go? This cashew butter by Julie's Real is really good. It's very tasty. It's all got good ingredients. The only thing is I don't think the cashews are organic. You should have all of your nuts and seeds organic, but all the other ingredients are really clean. So I wanted to give this a try, and I'm super glad I bought it. And because this is pretty sweet, I drizzled it on top of everything. I still wanted a little bit more honey or more sweetness on top, so some honey, but this is really nutrient dense. This is kind of more of a snack. It's already 2:30, so I didn't want to make like a big lunch. But I am also drinking this. I also found this at the grocery store the other day. And we go to Fred Meyer because right by our house. I don't know if you can find it at other grocery stores. I'm sure you can. I'll put the Amazon link down below. This is really good. Plant-based, dairy-free. It's 20 grams of protein, 140 calories, 2.5 fat. So really good macros. It is all clean ingredients also. The only thing too, of course, I wish this was organic, but you know, it's vegan and it's clean ingredients. Kind of my approach to eating for fertility is making sure that I'm eating nutrient dense foods, minimizing the processed stuff. And technically this is processed, but there's so much protein in here and the ingredients are really good. So I'm okay with this kind of stuff. But, you know, and making sure I get the full spectrum of macronutrients, making sure I have enough protein in my diet, fats, carbohydrates, and just making sure, you know, my fruits and vegetables are high. I'm just listening to my body in terms of eating. Like this morning I wasn't hungry. I just had some coffee, did my workout, took Yuma for a walk, and now I'm hungry. So I am eating this really nutrient dense meal, and I probably will have something else after this too. That's how I'm approaching this whole like getting my body ready for IVF. Just really making sure that I'm eating to satisfy my body. Just really a lot of like nutrient dense, high quality foods. Okay, so I'm gonna have one more thing. I can't resist. These cookies, that's all that's left of them because I've been eating them every day, like 2 or 3 a day. And these are big, I made them really big, so. If you haven't watched my last YouTube video on how to make gluten-free, dairy-free, these are sugar-free sugar cookies for Christmas. Highly recommend you check that out, I'll link it down below. But these are so good. Because they're a few days old now, the sprinkles are like melting and like gooing all together, so it's not very pretty. Maybe we'll eat this one. This one's prettier. I think I'm just gonna have half one for now because I'm a little bit full. Look at that. I can tell you, I know, right? I don't know if you heard that. Lily's like, yes, I agree. They are good, yeah? So, let me show you. When Yuma is asleep, Lily comes out. Yeah? You talking to the outside? This is like more of an animal video today. Okay, so yeah, these are delicious. Highly recommend that you try to bake them. Yep, they're so good. All right, well, I totally forgot to show you guys. I had a couple handfuls of these and I already ate 2 of these mini chomps. Look at these cute little things. So I found these at the grocery store a couple weeks ago and I didn't realize that chomps make like mini ones. So if you guys have followed my grocery hauls for a while, you know that I love these meat sticks. I like the turkey sticks the best, which these are turkey sticks. They're Whole30 approved. I really like them because the ingredients are like great. Like free range turkey is the first ingredient. So free range is awesome. And then just water and then a lot of seasonings and that's it. So each of these minis are like 30 calories and 5 grams of protein. So I had 2 of them. I already threw away the wrappers. I totally forgot to show you guys because I've been cleaning. That's my excuse. Which when I start cleaning, you guys, I get into the zone and I really forget about everything around me and what I have to do, which is probably bad, but also good because I get it done. Also, I don't know about you guys, I put my PJs on when I clean. Like, I see some like girls on YouTube and stuff cleaning and they're like in cute clothes and I'm like, that is not me. I'm like back in my PJs. I've had a shower and I kind of put myself together a little bit. But then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be cleaning and getting dirty. Just put my PJs back on and my sweats and go for it. So no, I don't look cute cleaning. I wish I was a cute cleaning lady, but I'm not. And if you guys have watched my Costco hauls, I get these at Costco and I love these plantain chips. Ingredients are just organic plantains, organic coconut oil, and Himalayan pink salt, and that is it. And they taste delicious. They taste just like potato chips, like the kettle potato chips. This is what it looks like. So it does look like just like a banana chip. You think it would be sweet, but it like tastes just like a salty potato chip. So highly recommend if you haven't tried these. I'm gonna finish cleaning and then it's dinner time. Hey, what are you doing? You crazy Bisha.
They were like fawning on him. They were like, oh
He's
my God,
cute, huh?
He's adorable.
He just came back from
So
the park. He's still like so energetic. So, all right, well, we're making dinner and this is what he does. He just hangs out with us.
Hoping the cheese gods
Hoping the cheese gods will drop some cheese down. He loves cheese. You don't mess with the old grandma. Yeah. Right. Okay, so we're doing 2 separate dinners tonight because I want this. And Josh's stomach's not feeling that great, so he is gonna have some mac and cheese. And by the way, you can get this brand cheap at Walmart. They're like $1 a box, which is fantastic. I really like this brand. It's a lot healthier than like your regular brand mac and cheese is like Kraft. It's organic, which is great. But yeah, I'm feeling like chicken noodle soup because I'm still not 100% better. I like this brand, Pacific Foods. It's organic. All ingredients are great. It is not gluten-free, but that's okay. I'm not completely gluten-free anymore. I try to be gluten-free, but when the ingredients are really good, it doesn't really bother me. I'm very much dairy-free though, so let's try to stick with that. Don't whine. For more protein though, I am gonna add some additional pre-cooked chicken. Was it chicken that we made the other night?
Turkey.
Oh, turkey. So we made a bunch of turkey the other night for dinner, and of course we had a lot of leftovers, so we froze a lot of it. So it's perfect in this situation when we're just kind of like piecemealing our dinner together. So I have it all portioned out in the freezer as usual. So just come here and voila, 25 additional grams of protein. So I'm gonna just thaw this out, add it into the soup. And I'm gonna have some leftover broccoli too. And then I got some broccoli that I ordered at the Chinese restaurant the other night and didn't eat all of it. Fantastic, it smells so good. It is garlic broccoli. Also, in case you didn't know, cruciferous vegetables are really good for hormonal health and hormonal balance. And if you didn't know, so I tried to talk about this in one of my grocery hauls a long time ago, and I just failed at getting the point across. If you guys like broccoli or any of the cruciferous vegetables are really healthy for hormonal health, but especially broccoli, you wanna buy it already cut up at the grocery store. And if you don't buy it already cut up at the grocery store, Lily, now she wants to say hi. If you don't buy it already cut up at the grocery store, if you buy like the heads of broccoli, you actually want to cut it up once you're ready to cook it, and chop it up and then have it already chopped and leave it there for like 20 to 30 minutes. And what that does is it activates a chemical or an enzyme in the broccoli called myronase, which is a really good for you enzyme that helps fight cancer. I don't know, I think it really helps hormones too, but I know it's a powerful like anti-cancer property. And it really is only activated when you cut up the broccoli and leave it cut up for at least 20 to 30 minutes before you cook it. So it's a tip. All right, let's focus. All right, we're in frame. Okay, let's have a chat. Yes, I'm on my floor because it's comfortable. And you know, don't mind her, she's gonna join the party too. All right, so let's chat about IVF and what's going on with that currently. So I have not actually started it yet, but I have started the process and prepping my body for IVF. I know there's a lot of you who are unfamiliar with IVF that are watching this, or maybe some of you are just curious about it. A lot of times when you prep your body for IVF, your doctor, or my doctor at least, put me on the birth control pill, which I know a lot of you already know that, especially if you've been following me for a little while. I have talked about it quite a bit that I'm back on the pill, and I was very like anxious about it because it took me so long to get off the pill, and now I'm just back on it again. It's like, did those 2 years of me trying to fix my body and heal my body to get off the pill, was that all for nothing? Because now my fertility doctor just put me back on the pill. I digress. But they put me back on the birth control pill to regulate my periods. They want to make sure that they're in full control of what's going on period-wise with me, because that determines when they're gonna start IVF, because they wanna start it at the right time of my cycle. So without boring you guys too much, in terms of prepping my body, there are certain days where I had to go off the pill, and then certain days I had to go back on it. So it's kind of been a roller coaster for my body the past 2 weeks, because I've had to like stop the pills halfway, and then I have a bleed that I'm not supposed to have yet. Well, my body wasn't expecting. And then they're like, okay, restart the pills now. And it's just to get everything prepped for the IVF cycle that I'm about to start. So IVF starts October 31st, as I mentioned in my last infertility journey update video. If you guys haven't watched my last video, I will link that one down below, and I will link all of my infertility journey videos down below in case you're curious and you're new here and want to know how I'm having fertility problems, and I'm 35 years old and still not pregnant, and I've been trying to heal myself for a very long time. So we have gotten to this point of IVF. By the way, I'm also sipping on this Zevia. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this before, but if you haven't, you're a soda person, highly recommend. It's just sweetened with stevia, and it really like curbs my like sweet tooth at night. I am gonna have one more thing after this, but this kind of like holds me over because after dinner I really want something sweet right away, but I'm full at the same time. I don't know if you get my dilemma on that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm stuffed, but I really want something sweet. But I know if I have something sweet, it'll put me over the edge. So this is really nice to sip on. And then of course I'm working on the rest of my water for the day. I'm pretty much on track, so a little bit more. Okay, so October 31st is the day. I keep saying October 31st because when those injections start, I have no idea how my body is gonna react. So the injections are gonna be for at least the first week. And of course the injections are to stimulate follicular growth and to hopefully produce a bunch of eggs. So of course in a normal cycle, when your follicles are growing, you ovulate one egg normally. But with IVF, the whole goal is to stimulate multiple follicles to hopefully ovulate or retrieve multiple eggs. And that's why these injections are so important, because they are like high-powered hormone injections that stimulate like multiple follicles all at once to hopefully also like ovulate multiple eggs. And so that's why I'm not too sure, like I'm a little nervous about how I'm gonna feel during the injections and how my body is gonna react, because it's not normal for your body to like have all these follicles stimulated at the same time. Like I said, normally in a normal cycle without IVF, you just ovulate one egg. But with IVF, the goal is to produce multiple eggs. So I'm gonna be giving myself these injections October 31st through November 7th-ish. And then I'll be going in for ultrasounds throughout that time, and they can tell if my follicles are growing and if things are moving along how they should. And then that brings us into the second week of November. At any time during that second week of November could be the day where they retrieve my eggs. And so it's really based off of ultrasound. They can tell like my follicles are growing, and then I'm gonna ovulate, and then they tell me when I'm gonna give myself a trigger drug, which stimulates ovulation. And then they'll tell me, okay, tomorrow, drive to Seattle and we're gonna do your egg retrieval. And so it is under anesthesia. It is considered an invasive procedure, and but it is outpatient, so I don't have to be, hospitalized or anything. It's about an hour long, and then I have to stay there until I wake up and I'm pretty much awake. And then Josh will drive me back home. They'll try to retrieve as many eggs as they can, and then they'll take Josh's sperm and they'll literally like petri dish my eggs and his sperm to make embryos. And they'll make as many embryos as they can. And those embryos takes about 7 days is what I'm reading, 5 to 7 days for the sperm and the egg to make actually embryos. And then they genetically test them all to see if they're healthy, make sure there's no chromosomal defects in any of them. And then if they are, I believe they just like toss them out. So you were kind of like doing the math, right? So first 2 weeks of November is stimulating follicular growth, and the egg retrieval is the second week. And then genetic testing takes about 2 weeks, even 3 weeks. And then that brings us into like Christmas time. So my fertility clinic told me that I could have the embryos transferred back in me. They could squeeze me in right before Christmas. They said it would be tight and it would be like kind of last minute. And I told them, oh no, I don't want to rush anything. I've waited this long already. I can wait another month. And so we're not gonna be doing the transfer until January. So the embryos, however many I get, they'll just freeze them, and then in January is gonna be when they transfer the embryos back in me. Because I'm 35 years old, I'm considered advanced maternal age or geriatric or higher risk. And so they are gonna be putting more than one embryo in me. Normally, if I was like a little bit younger, they would just recommend to put one embryo in, because they're trying to avoid the chances of multiples, like twins, triplets, quadruplets. They really try to avoid that because that becomes really high risk pregnancy. But because my eggs are old now, they're not too sure about the quality of the embryos. Even though they're gonna test them all, they're still older. So they are gonna implant more than one. I don't really know how many. So the running joke is that I'm gonna have twins. I don't know about that. So that is the overall update on what's going on with my IVF. I will give you guys way more detail once I start the injections and how they work and what's happening. I'm gonna vlog all of that for you guys. I did wanna clarify a couple things real quick. I know there's been a little bit of confusion, at least amongst my friend group, about like really what IVF is versus like IUI. There are different levels of IVF. So I'm doing like the full-blown IVF. But there are different like things you could do for your fertility that's not like full-blown IVF with like injections to stimulate ovulation and da-da-da. So like for instance, IUI, which is called intrauterine insemination, I believe. And that's when the female is like healthy and she ovulates naturally, and it's the guy that's the problem and he has low sperm count or whatever. So what happens when the female is naturally gonna ovulate, then they literally like weed out all the healthy sperm and then inject the sperm into the female, and then that way she can hopefully get pregnant. The chances of getting pregnant are higher that way. So that's like way less invasive. There's no injections involved. There's no like anesthesia involved. So there's different levels, you know, so that's like a perfect example. I know there's like different types of IUI also. So if you are looking into fertility treatments, just know that there are lots of options. You don't have to go through like the full-blown IVF that I'm going through, but I have to go through the full-blown IVF because I don't ovulate and my husband's sperm count's low. So we're both in this infertility situation, and so the chances of us getting pregnant through IVF is way higher than doing any other form of treatment. And then of course the other forms of fertility treatments that's not IVF, full-blown IVF, is gonna be a lot cheaper. Please let me know if you want me to do a video on the finances behind IVF. As some of you know, I was gonna do IVF about 3 years ago, and then when I realized how expensive it was, I was like, nope, can't do it, and I was heartbroken. And it's taken me 3 years to get to this point to save enough money, not really save, but get ourselves in a financial place where we can afford IVF. So let me know if you want me to do a video on that. I can tell you that I have already paid $30,000 upfront in cash already just to start the IVF process. And 3 years ago, I didn't have that kind of cash, and who has that kind of cash laying around, right? So please let me know if you want me to do a video on our financial situation and how we manage to get ourselves to a place where we can actually pay that kind of cash, because let me tell you, it's been a struggle. All right, I just wanna kind of end this chit chat with just kind of relaying the message. I think I've said this before. If this process of IVF does not result in me getting pregnant, it's gonna be okay. I wanna tell you guys that because I'm not like a baby person. I really would like a child of my own, but I am not gonna be like heartbroken. I mean, I'm gonna be a little heartbroken. I'm gonna be sad, let's be honest. But it's not gonna be the end of the world for me if I don't get pregnant, if I don't have my own child. I'm just really doing this so I don't regret my life, that I don't regret getting into like my 40s, mid 40s, and looking back and being like, oh, I wish I had done that. I wish I had done IVF. So, you know, and life is all about the adventure, and why not try if you can and if you have the means. But please know that there's a huge chance that this isn't gonna work, and it's gonna be okay if it doesn't. So I will just have peace of mind that God just doesn't want me to have a baby for some reason, and that's okay, because I know that everything happens for a reason, and I'm just on this life journey and just kind of making the best of it. Okay, so let's get something sweet. These two are my go-to snacks / desserts at night. I don't know which one I'm gonna have though. Oh, well, I'll have part of this one to show you guys. I love these chocolates. I get them at Costco. They're really low in sugar. And that's the other thing I've been trying to do these days is really reduce my like refined sugar intake because it is highly inflammatory. This is what they look like. And it's dark chocolate bar with a bunch of like nuts and seeds on top, which is great. These I just found at the grocery store recently, and they are delicious. These are gluten-free. They are not vegan. They have a little bit of butter in them, so they're not exactly dairy-free. This is what they look like. They're super soft. Oh, you see these at the grocery store. Pick them up if you're gluten-free, because they are delicious. And I think that's gonna end the video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all of your love and support as me and Josh enter this IVF journey. I'm a little nervous. He's pretty confident. So maybe the two of us combined bring us good luck. I hope this video helped you out. If you're going through something similar and trying to figure out your nutrition, give this video a like if you liked it, because it really does help support my channel. And always remember to be kind to yourself.